Mike Eruzione joining us, the captain of the 1980 Miracle on Ice. I'm sure you're still on a high, as many are. And I spoke with you a few weeks ago, Mike, and you predicted this would happen, and it did.
Well, you know what? This is the best men's team we've ever put on the ice. And clearly, they showed that last night, by winning a gold medal. And a little shout out also to our women. Let's not forget our women won a gold medal, and that's the best women's team we've put on the ice. But it's just great to see how far the growth of this game has come. And to see those players, I know how important it was. I spoke to the team the night before the game. I've been around a lot of these players. A bunch of them played at Boston University where I work. And to see them accomplish this, and you saw that, as you mentioned, the smile on their faces, teeth or no teeth. It was something. It was something, and even that now, looking at this is the type of team they have. They're honoring Johnny Gaudreau, who passed away a few years ago in a tragic car accident, and yet they still remembered him. And I think that shows you the character and the type of players that we have on this team.
Yeah, hockey's different than a lot of other sports because these are usually kids who've grown up together. The hockey circuit is a beast all of its own. They're going to Canada, they're going to summer camps, they're playing hockey literally every single day of the year, and they know each other like their family. So it does become something much, much bigger.
Yeah, a lot of these guys played together. They won World Junior Championships together. Some of these guys played youth hockey together. So it's a tight-knit team. And Coach Mike Sullivan and General Manager Billy Guerin and that whole staff put together a group of players who really believe in themselves, but they believe in each other. There's a bond, and you talked about that. There's a chemistry about hockey players. And this is the save that Hollenbeck made. He was spectacular. And you need things like this in order to win, and clearly they got what they deserved. It was a great game, and tip you had to Canada. I think it's the best Canadian team that Canada's ever put on the ice. So you saw some great hockey players playing a game, and if they went out and played again tomorrow, it might be another overtime game. I mean, that's how even these two teams were. But so happy for the men and our women to represent our country the way they did. And if you saw the celebration after, boy. That's what makes this country so great is moments like that. And you see how proud they were to represent our country, to put a USA jersey on. And people are probably tired of me saying this, but other than being a police officer, a firefighter, or someone in the military who protects and serves our country, there's no greater feeling than putting a USA jersey on.
Yeah.
You're not playing for Boston or Chicago. You're playing for your country. And I think we saw that in both our men and women's teams. And that's what makes it so much special.
Well, we saw some celebration you're talking about in control. It's AA24. The players certainly partying last night, gold medals around their necks, but they were not the only ones having a good time. Mike Eruzione's having a good time as well. Is that you on the shoulders?
I think that's Dylan Larkin. They were throwing me around like I was a beach ball. I was just so, you know what? And this is their moment. I shouldn't have probably been there because we had our moment. I had my moment. My teammates had our moment in 1980. But when you get to know these players the way I did and how I do, to celebrate with them was I had more fun celebrating last night than I think I did after we won in 1980.
Yeah. What's important, I think, for our nation is that we look at that video, we look at these players, the men and the women, and it is pure I love America. I am so proud to be representing my country. And you just get that feeling that has been missing, in some areas. And but again, frequently these are kids who grew up in small towns, and they haven't lost what it's all about, and it is all about representing our entire nation.
Yeah, I said this a while ago. We could use a 1980 now, not for us, not for our team. It's over and it's ended. But the joy that we found out that we brought to a country at a time when we were looking for something to feel good about. And guess what? We need something like that now. People realize we live in the best country in the world. We have our differences, and we all have different issues and arguments. But guess what? When you saw our men and women play, you saw what joy and pride they take and took in representing their country. And we need more of those moments.
Yeah. Very proud, very exciting moment, a moment of patriotism as well. Mike Eruzione joining us today with his thoughts and his recovery from partying so hard. Mike, thanks so much. Good to see you.
Information, truth, is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.